Hey guys and girls and anybody else that might be watching, welcome to the Measure of a Man. And I haven't been posting as much as I wanted to lately, and if I'm honest, it's probably because, well, a lot of things, but right now is a very busy season for my job, so, but that's still not a great excuse. Anyway, I just want to make a quick video, and this pertains to not just men, but people in general. And the reason this just popped into my head is I just left probably my favorite fast food restaurant in the world. I'm not huge on fast food, but I am huge on, or I do love this place. I have ever since they opened their first one. I live in central North Carolina, and this started as a small, single, maybe 2-location restaurant in my area, and is now expanded into the southeast. They got them all the way down in Georgia. I think they're entering Florida, but they've got North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee. But like I said, I believe they're going into Florida. But anyway, it's called Cookout. I don't know if you can see the receipt there, Cookout. I don't know why I'm covering this for. It's not like there's any relevant information here. But Cookout. So, I just love Cookout. And this is one of my pet peeves in life. No matter what you do, no matter what your job is, and, you know, of course, the measure of a man is the fact that he gets up and every day he supports himself, he supports his family, he supports his dreams, and he does what he has to do to make things happen. And you don't always have to start at the top, and that's the problem with a lot of people. And this is not a generational thing. This is not, you know, everybody likes to dump on the millennials. This is not just a millennial problem. This has been a problem for ever since the world became industrialized. You've got people that start out, you know, you got to start out somewhere, and there's always people at the bottom, or there's people at the top who think they should be higher than they are. They think they deserve to be manager, assistant manager, VP of this, general manager of that, location manager, X amount, whatever. Here's the thing. I've been in the workforce, I'm getting ready to turn 36 in a month. I've been in the workforce since I was 14 years old. And this is not a blow my own trumpet type thing, but I'm just saying, every job I've had, I didn't look at what everybody else had. I didn't look at what everybody else was doing and where they were. All I cared about is me doing the best job I possibly could at whatever my job was, giving it the best you can. Now, everybody has bad days. Everybody doesn't feel like being at your job or doing life every once in a while. But, you know what? Put the effort in, because you never know who's watching. And you never know who is going to complain about your performance. And that's the thing, is in this world, people will go way out of their way to complain, but they'll very rarely, if ever, step out of their way to say kudos for a great job. So, case in point, I just went through Cookout. Now, Cookout is primarily a drive-through only restaurant. They have 2 drive-throughs, most locations. Every once in a while you find one that has an eat-in area, but it's mostly drive-through. So your customer interaction is possibly, you know, at the speaker, and then your customer interaction again is at the window. So, you know, the speaker situation is never great, but the window is where you can find your time to shine. And you know what? When the window opens, you have every opportunity to say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, maybe banter, joke a little bit. And then when you hand people your food, you hand people your card, I always make it a point to say, when I'm getting served, to say thank you, I appreciate it, whatever. But, you know, these workers, they just, okay, here's your food, go on your way. I've got, you know, perfect opportunity for you to say thanks, have a great day, and that will garner not only return customers, happy customers, but it will possibly elevate you to another level. And let me tell you a quick little story about that. I had a friend who worked at a motorcycle shop. It was a locally owned Honda dealership, and he worked at the parts counter. And you know, this guy came in there, this customer came in there, and my friend constantly talked to the guy, just constantly talked him up, just, hey man, how's it going? Da, 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 da. Oh, you getting something else for your bike? Glad to hear it. Anything else I can help you with? Please let me know. Just, he was overall as pleasant as he could be. He remembered the guy's name. He remembered the guy's motorcycle. And to the point where one day the guy came in there and he said, you need to come work for me. Now, granted, being a parts guy at a motorcycle dealership was not my friend's dream job, but it's the job he had. And he gave it 110%. And the guy realized that, hey, this kid, because he was essentially a kid, he was mid-20s, early 20s, something like that. He said, this kid's got something. And, you know, I think he's being wasted serving parts. But you know what? If he's happy here, I'm going to offer him a job. But if he's happy here, he'll stay here. So anyway, he got offered a job. And what the guy did was he made dental implants. And he offered the guy a job. He offered my friend a job. And my friend turned down the job. He said, you know what? I appreciate that. I don't know anything about dental implants, but I'm happy here. I do know a lot about motorcycles, and I enjoy interacting with people every day. So you know what? You never know who's watching. You never know what opportunity might be right around the corner. And just do the best job you can. That's all you have to do in this world. So my current job, I work with a factory. I'm a factory rep, and I work with a factory here in High Point, North Carolina. And the people at this factory, individually, they're all great people, but they all consume themselves with what everybody else is doing in the factory. They all consume themselves with what somebody else did wrong. Instead of just coming in and doing the best job you can and not worrying about anybody else, they all consume themselves with what everybody else is doing, what everybody else did wrong, and how they messed up. That's no way to be. And it's a company-wide. This company probably has 30 or 40 employees, and it's the mentality of the entire company, and that has been set, and it has to be broken. And I, for one, have tried to impart that on these people and say, you know, look, don't worry about what somebody else did wrong. Just do the best you can. Just do what you do. Don't worry about it. That's not even your department. Don't worry about them. I don't own the company. But these people do know me well enough that I feel like I can tell them that. So, but that's just it, guys. That's the measure of a man, and a measure of a person, the measure of a worker. Is just come in every day, do the best job you can do, and don't worry about everybody else. If you do the best job you can, you keep your head down, and you give it 110% every day, you'll be amazed where it can take you. And it may not take you where you want to go in that company, but somebody else is going to see it and offer you a job, or they're going to say, you know, there's been plenty of times where I didn't have an opportunity for somebody, but I kept them in mind, and I said, I know this person's a great worker. I know they're a hard worker. And when somebody else said, hey, you know anybody looking for a job? I need somebody to do this. I said, you know what? I got the perfect person. As a matter of fact, there's a guy that works at that company that I was just talking about, that I got him a job there because I knew he was a hard worker. And he comes in every day and gives it the 110%. He really does. And anytime something goes wrong, he apologizes and tries to make the best of it. Sorry about that. And that's all you can do, is you can come in and try to make the best of it. And he is one of the few employees of that company that he doesn't let get caught up in what everybody else is doing. So anyway, that's just my rant for the day. That is the measure of a man, is how well you do at your job and how much you give it. And you know what? If you're in your job and you don't love it and you're not willing to give it 110%, go find another one, because there are jobs out there every day. So anyway, hope you have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.